It's going down at the Pink. P Valley. It's going down at the Pink. Yay, it's going down at the Pink. Listen, today was heavy. I don't even know if I have all of the bandwidth to talk about what went on today. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture just to see how those incidents may or may not affect our daily lives. Listen. We just going to roll right through this because it is a whole lotta. You hear me? There's a lot of stuff going down at the Pink today. So what I'm going to do is just group it all and what's going on and then come at the end and give my thoughts. So let's talk about Keyshawn and Lil Murder. Honey, they are trudging along on their 12-city tour, having a few blips and kinks along the way. Because you remember the last episode, they picked up a security guard, which at first, when I looked at Lil Murder, he didn't seem like he was all that too happy about old dude being there. But we find out subsequently that Lil Murder had been shanked in jail or in prison. And that the security guard, the new security guard, I can't think of what his name is. It's going to come to me. He killed the guy. I think it was Boosie. He killed the guy that stabbed Lil Murder. And they put him in the hole. I don't think that they knew that he killed him, but they put him in the hole nonetheless because they were fighting. And while old dude was in the hole, Lil Murder was writing little rhymes and stuff like that. And he told Lil Murder that, that kept his spirits up. Now, why is that important? Because earlier, I guess there was a guy who was in their gang, in their set, who came up, and I guess he's now he's no longer in that set. But you know how some of the men that are about that life, they have real big issues about somebody coming in with some different colors and all this other stuff, and everybody is all this hyper masculinity going on. Everybody wants to fight and stare at each other down at the slightest little bigger thing. It's almost like like you're standing on Tinder, whatever that's called, and someone has a match, and they're just waiting for somebody's match to fall and then light everything up. But earlier in that evening, he was fighting with after a show. He was fighting with that same dude that came to the show because apparently he knows that Lil Murder really doesn't like women. He likes men. So everybody's been pretty much keeping that on the DL. And the guy was just about to say something about it because what happened was this young lady came up looking for Lil Murder. She hollered and screaming, Lil Murder, Lil Murder. So then the guy comes around and he's like, hey, young thing, you looking for me or something like that? She was like, no, is your name Lil Murder? And so the security guard said, hey, let the lady go. And the lady was like, oh my gosh, he's sticking up for me. I am so excited. But little did she know that she was walking in on something totally different. The security guard and that guy got to fighting because as soon as the guy was going to say, well, Lil Murder don't like your kind. And that's what he said. And then the security guard and him and the guy got fighting and they got to shoot and everything like that. So inevitably, this guy has Lil Murder's back. Now, the only little thing with Keyshawn, she's a little nervous about pics and things like that going out with her all canoodled up on Lil Murder. She knows that Lil Murder likes Uncle Clifford, and she has been his safe space, Lil Murder's safe space, that he can talk about it freely. She even helps him write the postcards that they send to Uncle Clifford. But I am Lil Murder's manager and Keyshawn's manager. They seem a little suspect to me. It's because Keyshawn's manager doesn't know anything about Lil Murder and his predilections. And I think it's just one show or something to happen before Lil Murder's manager tells Keyshawn manager, and then it gets out. So that's them. So let's get on to Miss Mercedes. Y'all, I did not catch the fact that Coach, I thought when Mercedes was talking to Coach about being a sponsor, I thought he was wanting to sponsor her gym. He paying her to be the side chick. I know there's a word for it. I just don't know what that word is. And so apparently Mercedes has thought about it, and she's, because she was at the Pink and she sees that the other girls are getting more tips than she is. And that has a lot to do with the fact that, she fell and her arm is still busted. So she's going to have to take some time off to rest that arm. So, and she needs money, and that little money that she's pulling in is not going to be enough. So she has signed on to be Coach's side chick, but she had to, she wanted Coach to run it by the wife, and Coach ran it by the wife, and the wife, she says she's okay with it, but she's not okay with it. I don't know exactly how that relationship answered, but her and Mercedes has a conversation, and I think she had a little problem with Mercedes, but she's starting to warm up to Mercedes because she sees that Mercedes I guess isn't like all the other women that he has brought in. I don't know. She signs the contract. She's going to be the side chick. He's going to pay her $10,000 a month, put her up in a place. She just has to be available for him when he wants her to be available. So I don't know if she's going to games or not, because she talks to him. She seems to understand basketball and all this other stuff. She seems to understand all of that, but I don't know exactly how her, the wife, and him are going to work it out. But honey, she signed a buku contract with NDAs out the wazoo. So I guess she's getting ready to do that. In the meantime, her daughter keeps calling. Now, y'all remember, this is around this time. So this is just around the time that they opened up the city from the pandemic. And what we see is some of the problems and things that are going on. So you have people who have literally lost their jobs. And one of the people that have lost their jobs is Cortez's wife. I want to call her Patricia, but that's not her name. The lady that's taking care of Mercedes' baby girl. We see that there is a lot of there's a lot of problems going on in that home. That woman has lost her job. Apparently, the house is paid for. And that's not an issue. Hold on, I'm just trying to see if I can find her name. Sheila, I think that's her name. That looks like her. Yeah, that looks like her. Let me look. I'm on IMDb looking at these pictures, trying to be cute, but no, I can't see. Yeah, Shell. I think that's her name. But anyway, she's fallen on hard times. She's apparently lost her job, and that's their income. And because she has lost her job, she's gotten to drinking, and they don't have no food. So baby girl knows that her grandmama is over there slinging boxes for everybody. And so she goes over to get a box, and grandmama sees that something's not right. And she ends up giving her 4 boxes, which was good. She knows something's not right. She just ain't sure what ain't right. But what I didn't understand or know is that young lady is too young to be driving. I don't know why I thought she was 17 years old, but she's not. She's 15. So that tells me Mercedes is just 30 years old. But she is driving. She ended up getting caught. She kept calling Mercedes, and honey, Mercedes was in the flow of a threesome child. And she kept calling Mercedes, and it ended up that she had been stopped by the police for driving underage, and her stepmother in the back drunk, and the sheriff was like, if somebody don't come get this baby, she finna be in juvenile. So Mercedes had to leave her threesome and leave her stuff with Coach, go and see about her child. And while she was there, baby, some heavy stuff done fell through, child. Some heavy stuff done fell through. So Shell, I think that's her name, is drunk, and sober, what is it? A drunk mind has sober lips, and some little phrase like that, baby. She started telling Mercedes all about herself, and Mercedes was like, listen. She was like, you seduced my husband. She said, no. I lied about my age, but I didn't seduce your husband, and he was married to you. Why would he be doing what he was doing? She says, I was 15. And in that state, had all of that gotten out, old Cortez would be in jail. Now, I don't know what Cortez did or how he matriculated, whatever, but Cortez would be in jail. She was 15, and I guess Mercedes' mom basically told him, look, she's gonna have this baby, and you're gonna go take care of this baby, and you're gonna do it. And if you don't take care of this baby, I'm gonna tell these folks how you was messing around with an underage girl. And the wife endured it. That seems so heavy. And she's taking care of the girl. And I always thought it's because, she liked the girl and she thought she was being of help to Mercedes. But it's basically, she made a vow to her husband on his deathbed that she was going to keep the girl. She didn't want to keep the girl, but she seems like one of those women that are raised to cater to a man, even if he's doing fuck shit. And so here she is, where she could have moved on with her life and done something different. She chose to honor his dying wish, because, that's what she's trained to do. She honored his dying wish. And now she's sitting in a situation where she is obligated to take care of a child that she can't take care of. Not her child. Doesn't seem like she had any children for the man that she was married for. You have Mercedes, who is doing everything that she knows to do to try to get her child. But as far as her child is concerned, everything's excuses. Because she was like, well, I was 15 and I couldn't take care of you. And then and her child was throwing it back like, well, you weren't 15 all the time. You could have taken care of me when I was 6 or 7 or whatever it was that she could have taken care of. And she was like, well, the court wasn't going to give no stripper back your child. And she was like, children don't want to hear that. They feel like you're doing stuff and you're walking around and you should be able to take care of me, and not understanding all the nuances of it. And Mercedes treating her like her mom probably treated her. Your child stay in a child's place. She's not explaining things to her. And then this girl had to hear this drunk stepmother basically say she don't want her there. She wish she wasn't there. She don't want her there. She just made she's keeping a vow to her dead husband from his deathbed. That's a lot. And it's a lot that as women, we are asked to endure. And we're asked to endure it as if it won't have a toll when it does. And I just felt for her. I really, really felt for her. Because Mercedes, whether she realizes it or not, she's still getting to do what she wants to do. I do understand that she is doing the best she can and she's making these moves the best she can. But she's able to do what she wants to do when she wants to do it. Just like when she's making this move with this sponsorship. But this woman is down here, literally, she's drowning, and Mercedes is getting a little attitude about it, But this woman is drowning and you're not offering her any type of lifeline to help her out when this woman has literally dedicated her life to your child, whether it is that you felt like she should do it or not. You see she's drowning and she needs a lifeline, and she needs you to step up, Mercedes. She truly, truly needs you to step up, because if you don't step up and she continues to drown, your baby's going to be left on the shore with nobody, because Miss Patricia's only worried about herself and church and all this other stuff. And speaking of Miss Patricia, there was Patrice or Patricia. Y'all know Mercedes' mama. There was a little function with all the little pastors, and the mayor got up in front of the group talking about Chuckalisa and talking about how this would be a great little thing for Chuckalisa to have this casino come through. Well, Miss Woodbine got up and said, listen, these people talk all this stuff and want us to preach in the pulpit and get our votes, but we won't see that money go to our schools. It'll go to a golf or a country club. We won't see our roads and stuff fixed because it'll all go to something else. They want something from us, but they don't feel like they should give us anything in return. And so she's like, and basically what she's saying, but all they hear is, they think that there's going to be some dollars. I think they think people are going to move to Chuckalisa. I don't know exactly what they think that's going to happen. But she's basically trying to let them know that unless you sit down and you get some guarantees from this office, they're just going to move in here and Chuckalisa is going to be worse off than it is, because, anything like that happens, Chuckalisa is not going to get all the dividends. What they're going to do is they'll incorporate another town 2 miles outside of Chuckalisa, and they'll get all the doggone benefits, but we'll see. Uncle Clifford, Autumn, it's two y'all. Y'all so busy y'all are so worried about this casino. Y'all ain't sweeping y'all front porch. Y'all ain't watching what's going on in y'all's house. And baby, Russian roulette is about to burn y'all stuff down to the ground, and y'all don't even know it. So as the show comes on, we see roulette in the champagne room, is what I'm gonna call it. The boom boom, the champagne room. Cause it used to be the cloud room, right? She's in the room and she is with the high paying gentleman, and he has asked her to take her clothes off and all this other stuff. She complies. She's dancing. She's doing all of this great little dancing. So then he asks her to take her mask off. She takes her mask off, and he's like, "Ooh, you got nice lips. Them kind of lips." He said it. I'm not gonna say it here on my channel, but he's telling her this, and he's like, "I'll pay you a certain amount of money if you perform fellatio on me." And she's like, "Well, I'll do it for a stack." So he laid down the money. She pushes his chair outside where the camera is, and she proceeds to do fellatio. Violation, because she done violated Uncle Clifford. Uncle Clifford is so love struck. He's so busy worrying about where these postcards are coming from, and they worried about the casino. He ain't keeping no tight rein like he is, because he don't have his crew like he needs to. He hired the girl who was there for the DJ. She's doing a good job. Big booty Mama Tootie is still up here. She can't put a big butt on the pole, but she's still popping and locking all on the DJ booth and tables and stuff, getting her little money. What is her name? Whisper. Child, Whisper is out here whispering all kinds of mojo, jojo, hujo, whatever she doing, child. She's into the mysticals and crystals and stuff like that, and all power to her. But she is encouraging roulette to be on her worst behavior. Baby, so that's one violation she did. So as Mercedes can't get on the pole like she needs to because her arm is all messed up, we've got Roulette and Whisper taking over. And baby, Roulette and Whisper are taking over. Violation number 2. They're doing all their stuff and everything like that. At the pink, you can't show your titties, your tatas, your boom booms. What does Roulette do? She opens up her shirt to show the titties, and honey, they give her wads of money. Wads of money. Even, excuse me, even Uncle Clifford got on the roll. All that money went to flying. Uncle Clifford got his butt up there. He came out and did his little, his little shebang and stuff. Shoot, he saw that money coming from the titties. He got back up on stage. I was like, Cliff, sit down. But we don't see Autumn, and we see Big L is nowhere what he's doing, because Big L is trying to get his hustle on. He is trying to be the next. He's trying to get his hustle on. And because he's trying to get his hustle on, he is not. Sorry about that. Because he's trying to get his hustle on, he is not even paying attention to what's going on in the club. We get into the little VIP section. And so now the whispers have been going around that there's one of the girls that will perform fellatio. So all the girls that are in the VIP room are getting bombarded with, hey, my boy told me that one of y'all will be in here, doing this, and I want that done. And I thought the girl was finna go tell Uncle Clifford, but she just walked out of the room. So we gonna see what's gonna happen. So it looks like also what we see too is Roulette is after the club. She is performing favors for the patrons outside of the club, because she gets dropped off back at the club, and then she's in time to see Big L and the other guy fumble a box, and all the Oxycontin comes out. So she violation number 3. She's gonna figure herself out how to get into that hustle. Ooh, child. It's going down at the Pank. These are the side stories that are going on that are a little heavy as well. We see Andre. We see his wife calling, trying to get him to come home. She's even figured out. She's talked to her father to offer him a job, and he is still telling her that they haven't read the will. And he's still over his estate and doing all this other stuff. And that when they read the will, he is going to come home. She's getting nervous. She's getting nervous because Andre he has not been the same since he left Chuckalissa the first time. And that has a lot to do with Autumn. And I think it's his infatuation with Autumn. These two people seem cosmically bound. Because they hadn't had any sex or anything, but they just seem tied to each other. And it's not like this. You know how this is the way we believe that married people are to be tied to each other. They are tied to each other like this. They just go in and out and in and out and in and out. And that's going to be a big problem, because I'm sorry. That wife is about to come, and it's going to come to a head, because O'Corbin is slowly convincing Andre to run for mayor of Chuckalissa. And Andre is interested in it. And that wife is not going to be wanting to see nor hear that. And Andre may run, but he's going to have to run at the chagrin of his wife. And that wife is not going to she's not going to like that. And I do think that marriage may not last if Andre doesn't get it together and get his ass home. Because really ain't nothing there for him in Chuckalissa. He thinks it is, but ain't nothing there for him. This casino deal or whatever he's doing, whatever he's trying to perform, that deal will come through, but you will lose your whole wife, your whole family, your whole whatever it is you got going on. Down there in Chuckalissa, you need to go home. Oh, let's see. I think that's about it. If there's something that I missed, Y'all just blame that. It was heavy. When that Mercedes and her daughter and the baby stepmom stuff, that shook me for a loop. I just thought that was just really, 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 really heavy. Really heavy. So here are my overall thoughts going on about this episode. Because I recorded earlier, I had to sit back and think about it, and then I realized that I didn't give my overall review of what I thought about everything. So I'm going to go by character. So we're going to start with Keyshawn and Lil Murder. I am concerned about Keyshawn. I'm concerned about her man, Derek, and how this tour is going to trigger him. It's a 12-city tour. I don't think it's but a few weeks or whatever. But anyway, I think for Keyshawn, she was quite worried as to the pics and things that were going on or being shown on her manager's page in regards to like getting her those strawberries and stuff like that. She was quite concerned about how Derek was going to take that, because she was like, first, I don't think you should post that. And then she was like, okay, go ahead. Y'all, I fully expect for Derek to show up on this tour, because you remember last season he showed up at the murder night. But I am fully expecting that he is going to show up. And I don't think it's going to be good. I am fearful for her children. I really, truly am. Because like I said, Derek is a mediocre type guy. He doesn't have anything going for him. He seems like he put everything on the line for Keyshawn, and that thing ain't working out. So it ain't working out. And they're not doing it any favors by piling on more children. We have Lil Murder. I think his I don't know if it's going to be the guy who was in the prison with him, or if it's going to be Keyshawn's manager. But they are about to expose him, because right now he is completely on the DL. He is not outed yet, and I think that they're going to expose him. One of the things that I thought that this kind of pulled out of was the misogynoir that goes on in rap and rap music and that whole world, that hyper masculinity, how rap is supposed to be an expression, but right now the only thing that they want you to express is this gangster life. Because we see Young Thug and Gunna and all of them are all caught up. Aren't y'all proud of me? I know their names. But they're caught up in some mess over here in Atlanta. And there is gonna have to be a paradigm shift in the rap game now. Because if it's gonna continue to go this way, rap music is gonna fall off. Because it's gonna be to the point where if they don't get some diversity in there, and basically what I mean by diversity is that we're going to have to start finding some other ways. You know, that gangster music is fine. That street music is fine. But there has to be made room for other folk in that genre to express themselves through that medium of rap. But I think he's going to be exposed, and I think it's going to hurt his career. And it might mess around his life. It might make his life unstable. Somebody might try in an effort to unalive him. Uncle Clifford and Autumn, I just need for them to come to some, because they seem like they're in battle with each other. I need for them to come to a cohesive agreement. They both run the pink. She got 69%. He got 31%. They're so busy worrying about this casino that the girls in the new girls that they've hired, they're going to get them shut down. And I mean, that's just on period. They finna get them shut down. And I need for those two to get it together. They need to get Diamond back. They need to roll in on Big L, or find somebody else to work that door, because Big L is slipping like a big dog. Because If Diamond was there, we wouldn't have these problems with Roulette doing happy endings and all kinds of stuff that she's doing in the boom boom room. And Roulette is a problem because she's so busy trying to get the money, and she's so busy trying to get the money for herself. She is about to blow that. He doesn't. Uncle Clifford no longer has a family of girls. He done let a cousin in, and the cousin's about to mess up everything. And he's not paying any attention because they worrying about $10 million, but they need to be worrying about the whole place. I'm concerned about Mercedes and her little sponsorship deal. I do not think that that's going to go on for long because she is going to be needed at home for her daughter. I think Patricia Woodbine is going to be of assistance, but Patricia got a lot to worry about with this mayor because this mayor done shut down her church because she got too many folk up in there. Andre, you and Corbin over here trying to get that casino back. You and Corbin. Andre, excuse me, y'all. You about to lose your man. You about to lose your wife, Andre. Worrying about Autumn. Y'all are worrying about each other and having this intimacy that you're just not supposed to have. Go home. Because I don't think you understand. I see this wife snapping and shooting somebody, whether she shoot Andre or whether she shoot Autumn. I believe shots about to be fired. I also believe that Andre is going to run for mayor. So that's going to be an interesting thing. That's about it. I didn't have anything extra to add. I'm enjoying the show. I am a little confused about where they're going, particularly with these new girls, particularly how all that's going to tie in. But I do know that Roulette, she about to mess up the thing. She is about to get them shut down because she's thinking about herself. She's about to get them shut down, or worse. There's going to be another death at the Pink. Child. So now, please like, comment, and subscribe. I thank my 50 subscribers. I thank y'all so much. I appreciate you. And if I hadn't said it before again, I appreciate you. Please tell your friends, tell your family, tell your coworkers, even tell them folks that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos. Help me help you to see me. Okay? Hit that like button. Engage me in the comments. You comment, I will comment back. I'll see you. I'll see the comment. I'll give it a heart. I'll give it a thumbs up just to let you know that I have pulled through to see that comment. Let's see. Please subscribe. I have over 100% engagement. That means that more than my followers are watching. So subscribe. All right. And as always, people, bye-bye.